What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be looking at 4 rookies that I'm heavily targeting this offseason. So make sure you stick around to check out who those 4 are. Before we get into those though, let's check out this fire background. In the middle, we have my Ruby Red Wave Cam Reddish Prism rookie card. I pulled it out of a pack myself, so it's extra special. I got that pack from Whale of a Pull. Shout out to them. Check them out on Instagram. Next to Cam, we have our Zion Williamson NBA Hoops rookie card. These NBA Hoop rookies are the first ones in the team uniform, so they're highly, they're considered like kind of the true rookie, the first rookie. So it's a classic, nice card to have. Love the centering on that. So one of my favorite cards right there. Next, on the other side of Cam, we have Ja Morant NBA Hoops rookie card, same as the Zion right there. There's some, that look similar that have a little tribute badge. These are actually better than the tribute ones. So if you're kind of ranking them, then tribute is under those. I have those as well, so maybe I'll show you those in a future video. On the right, we have Darius Bazley, red, white, and blue Prism rookie. I love all the OKC Thunder rookies. They draft so well. They've been playing well. I trust that front office. So hopefully that continues with a new coach. But I'm big on Bazley, and he's not too expensive. So worth it to me. Jalen Brunson, dirt cheap. This is a pink Pulsar. The pink shines really, really nice. And, so cheap, guys, probably less than $1 for him. You could buy a whole bunch for a few dollars, and he's good, but he's just been getting hurt over and over and over again. But hopefully he can partner up with Luka and do well in the future. So I'm hoping for that. It was so cheap. I live in Dallas, so it's kind of a impulse buy, but I like him. He's a good player. So hopefully he can stay healthy and turn it around from there. Before we get into this, special shout out to all my Patreons. If you guys would like to see what I'm buying right when I buy it, please check me out on Patreon. It really helps the channel out, and I can buy more and more cards to show you guys. And now with the off season, the buy window is opening. So I'm going to be buying a lot more cards. If you guys are already on Patreon, you would have seen, I've been buying like 3 or 4 cards a day now. So definitely worth it if you are buying what I'm buying, because they do go up before I post the videos. So let's get into this, and I did cheat a little bit and open the side. So it's super fast. Boom, we're ready to go. 3 minutes in. All right, so let's get this open. Or let's kind of look at how he packaged it. Ooh, no sleeves. And it's like flush against the plastic. So I'm not sure is that gonna ruin all the corners? I hope not. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. Let's try and open this carefully. No sleeves. I do have sleeves and top loaders queued up and ready to go. So I won't sleeve them all, but some like this winter Cam Reddish, I will sleeve, because these winter cards are really nice. I'm not really sure how to do this. Okay, not bad. May have seen who's on the back. Let's put that there, and let's get into these guys. So there's only 4 different guys, but there's about 32 cards, and we're gonna start off with this winter edition Cam Reddish. And for this one, I am gonna sleeve it right now, and I am gonna do what we learned from Packman by cutting that corner. If you cut the corner, it really increases the chances of the corner not getting damaged. See how nicely that slid in? These NBA Hoop cards are a little bit smaller than, let's say, a Prism, so it's not always necessary, but beautiful card. I love the way this looks. I love these winter cards. And Cam Reddish, guys, is one of those players that I'm really, really big on. I know I said it at the start, but he's one of those guys that he was the 10th pick in the draft. He was actually voted by the entire 2019 rookie class that he would have the best career out of anybody. So that includes Zion, it includes Ja, all those guys. So that's something. I mean, a lot of those guys played against him in high school, where he was an absolute monster. In college as well, but he definitely got overshadowed in college by RJ and Zion. So, you know, he has the size, he has the length, he has the athleticism. So definitely overshadowed at Duke, but he's arguably the most talented. Now, personally, I don't think he's more talented than Zion, but we haven't seen too much from Zion. And I really think that this guy is super talented because he does play on the defensive end. And, you know, Trae Young hogs that ball so much. We didn't really get to see too much. There was a little bit of inconsistency, but Cam Reddish, I'm so big on Cam Reddish. He's a really good shooter as well. But his first season in the NBA, his field goal percentage was absolutely terrible, and I hate guys like that, but I'm willing to overlook it. I think it was like 38%, but free throw was 80. He shot over a 3 a game, probably like 10 points, 4 rebounds, a steal a game, not too many turnovers. He's going to be good. He's really good, and Atlanta's going to have a really tough decision to make on whether or not, here's some more of them, but not the winter edition. You know, whether or not they can keep Hunter, Reddish. Obviously, they'll keep Young, but there's John Collins is there too. They mathematically cannot keep all these guys. So maybe Reddish goes somewhere else. Maybe Hunter goes somewhere else. I don't know. It's a toss-up. So, you know, all these Atlanta guys, their situation could change. Collins could go somewhere else too, and he's one of the best guys. I mean, all 4 of them are really, really good. So something's got to give somewhere. But as you can see, so this was, how many are these? 6, 7, and 8 there. So maybe there's 8 of each of these guys. So boom, Cam Reddish. Love it. Let's put him there. Won't sleeve them all. If you guys want to get sleeves, top loaders, this mat, a whole bunch of other supplies, links in the description, Amazon. And it's Amazon Prime Day. I'll put a link in the description for a free trial to Prime because it's worth it. It's free. It's a 1-week free trial, and there's so many deals today and tomorrow on Amazon Prime. So definitely check that out. And on Instagram, I might try and find deals and post them to my story or something like that for you guys to see. But next card, boom, Rui Hachimura. So he's a guy that a lot of you ask me about in the comments, on Patreon, on Instagram, and I respect his game. He's really good, but I just haven't picked up a lot of his cards, and there was a lot of hype around him as well. So that's probably why, you know, I wasn't buying him early on in the season, but the work ethic that I saw from him and the amount of improvement he made from the regular season, which was really good, to the bubble was a lot. And then when I saw him shine, you know, without Beal there, without Wall there, without my guy Davis Bertans there, you know, he got a lot of opportunity. So him, Jerome Robinson, Troy Brown Jr., they were all balling out, and Rui looked good. And for this price, you know, it's probably worth it for these NBA hoop rookies. And they all look pretty well centered. There's these, and then these are the tribute ones I was talking about earlier. So I have 4 of these, and then 3 tributes. I'm just going to set the tributes down there so I don't damage them. And this one, I have a Herro, Tyler Herro like this as well. So this is a class of 2019 insert for NBA hoops. I'll set that right there. And let me tell you more about Rui, because his story is super interesting. So he went to Gonzaga, but his first year in college, he didn't even speak English. And so, like, I remember the coach said something like, whenever Rui's like nodding yes, it means he completely like doesn't understand. But, you know, he's the 9th pick. I think he decided to stay an extra year because he felt like it would help his game, maybe the culture, his English, all of that. But he's super athletic with a decent jump shot. You know, he can do everything on the court. He's not really a playmaker. The playmaker is really Troy Brown Jr. on that team out of the young guys. but definitely, someone who his numbers were extremely efficient. So like 46% field goal, 83 free throw, less than a 3 a game, but 13, 6, and 2 with almost a steal and just a turnover a game, which is really good because he did have the ball in his hands quite a lot this season. So someone, who's much more efficient than Cam Reddish, but Cam Reddish has that, that hype, that, the fan appeal, the explosion, the potential to drop like 40, 50 points out of nowhere, hit like 7 threes. If you look at his game log, you see 5 threes a game, 6 threes a game, He has, the potential. Curry was doing that same thing in his rookie year. So these guys can just all of a sudden, something will click and then they're hitting half-court shots and you're like, where did this dude come from? He's the greatest player I've ever seen. So that's what I'm hoping for. That's obviously the upside, but anything can happen, and that's what we're doing. We're taking a chance on some of these guys. So next up, RJ Barrett. So I'm gonna move the tributes down here, and the rest are these really nice NBA Hoops ones. Look at that, beautiful. I'm gonna set these down so that I'm not damaging them since they're not sleeved. And guys, condition is everything. Condition is everything. Every time you touch your card. Oh, this is a winter one, I didn't even realize. So we're gonna sleeve that. And I'm not gonna cut it this time because these cards are kind of small, so boom. But I did touch the thing, so it's better not to, and it goes in really smooth if you kind of cut the corner like I did with that one. But boom, the winter edition RJ Barrett. Love the centering. These cards are in really good condition. I'm pretty happy about that, considering they weren't sleeved. I'm kind of looking at that corner as I say that, but nice. And I didn't check for red backs. Let's check for red backs at the end, or right now. No. So RJ Barrett, he was the 3rd pick, so the highest pick out of all of these guys, and they're all in the same draft class. And he has the most interesting story out of all of them. So Canadian guy, and fun fact, his godfather is Steve Nash. So I didn't know that. So I recently saw that and I was like, oh, that's really interesting. And the way it happened is RJ's dad and Steve Nash played on I think it was the Olympic team, one of the Canadian teams in the year 2000. And that's where they got to know each other. RJ's mom is a track star, a sprinter, so he has professional basketball pedigree, track pedigree, and then Steve Nash in his ear his whole life. He played soccer just like Nash did before. Then once he was ready to play basketball, that's when Nash really took him under his wing, and all of that. So it shows from his game, and hopefully, they're both going to be living in the same city, right? So Nash is going to be coaching Brooklyn. RJ is going to be there in New York. So it should be pretty interesting. It should be really good because he has his mentor there. So that's a cool story. His percentages really suck though, really suck. I think they were, 40% from the field, so just 2% more than him. But his free throw is what really upsets me because it's 60%, which is so bad, guys. 60%. Then he makes about a 3 a game, 14 points, 5 rebounds. I think it's 3 assists, which should be much more. I guess he's more of a shooting guard. He's not a true point guard, so I guess that's okay. A steal and about 2 turnovers. Considering he plays for the Knicks, maybe with that team, that's what's hurting his percentages. I'd expect his turnovers to be a lot higher, so the 2 is actually not bad. But RJ, he's such a good person when you hear him speak and all of that stuff. He's a fun guy to root for and like. And another fun fact, he lived in so many countries, France, Italy, Spain, Venezuela, Canada. He's lived everywhere. And I have so many fun facts about him. And, okay, last fun fact, I promise, and then we'll move on to the last guy. But he only spent 3 years in high school. He was so smart or whatever. He tested out of his last year in high school. So interesting thing. He's a really smart player on the basketball court as well. So I guess he gets that from Steve. And if he's coming into the NBA with all the knowledge Steve Nash had leaving the NBA, then he's in a really good position. So that's my, take on RJ Barrett. But yeah, I think he could be really good, and he was a 3rd overall pick, so a lot of potential there. All right. Last, and there's no tributes. These are all the NBA hoops and no winter, but Brandon Clarke. So this guy, I'm just going to set these aside again so I don't damage anything. So Brandon Clarke, he dropped to, I think it was the 21st pick. Brandon Clarke dropped to the 21st pick in the draft, and he was taken actually by OKC and then traded to Memphis for, I think, like the 23rd pick or something like that. And I don't know exactly, what the thought process was behind that. If it was just, I don't really know. But that OKC pick ended up going somewhere else, and I can't really remember. But Brandon Clarke is a field goal percentage machine. He reminds me a lot of like Tyson Chandler's field goal percentage. So he's shooting like 61%, 76% free throw, 12 points, 6 rebounds, almost a steal a game, almost a block a game, and less than a turnover a game, which is really good. He's a power forward. He's super athletic. He has this floater. If you watch any highlights of him, you'll see him doing this floater, and it's so like refreshing to watch that shot because you don't see it that much, and he just does it over and over and over again, which is really, really nice. He's like the perfect combination of size and shooting. He's a starting caliber player in the NBA. I think he was the Summer League like MVP and the Summer League Finals MVP. So that was last year. And so he has a lot of potential. And if you look at his advanced metrics, they're actually really good. He always pops up on that list too. So in Memphis, there's Ja, there's Jaren Jackson Jr., there's a lot of guys, but Brandon Clarke can really like develop into something special. So that's why I picked him up. So sorry for the long video. Hope you guys enjoyed these guys. We won't do a summary. Please like the video, comment, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.